Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hilk Empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. And, well, today I feel pretty good, honestly. I do. It's kind of I got freaking a lot of pressure in my eyes today. But what do? You just kind of grin, bear it, and move on. I just did a water run. Had to go get a refill of water because it was getting down to the end of the 5-gallon jug, and I got to take the truck back to the shop tomorrow to get a fuel filter change once and for all. And then, but I didn't want to be without the truck all day and be that low in water. So, went and did it now. It's weird to be out this time of day. I don't usually go out in the evening. I only leave the house like once or twice a week, maybe. Go to the store. I haven't been to Walmart since like Friday, not, what is today? Thursday? It's been like a week and a half. It's like Monday. Last Monday. They eat a lot of rice and eggs and stuff like that. So, anyway, I saw a snake today when I got home from getting water. That was a trip. I don't usually see. That was the first snake I've seen since I've been in Oregon. Well, actually, second. One Stanley he was going after. But when I was in Omaha, I don't like snakes. I just don't vibe with the reptilian. I don't hate them. And when I was a little girl, I used to fear them. And what happened was when I lived in Manzanita Lane in Redding, California, I was like 9. There's a snake in the backyard, and I freaking hacked it up with it. Fucking. Excuse my language. Because I was scared. I was a little kid. I didn't know if it was poisonous. It was going to harm me and my family. And it wasn't. It was a pet snake that belonged to the people in front. And so I had to live with that. So I don't harm animals anymore. No, when I was a little girl, I used to target packers with birds, and I did that 2 times. The first one I killed. The second one, he didn't die, and I was like, I'll never shoot another animal again like that. So now I just use my camera. I use my snap knacks for my camera. I can't, unless I'm gonna eat the animal and use every part of the animal. But I'm not. So I'm not. I don't shoot animals anymore. I'm not into that trophy. The trophy for me is the picture and letting it live. So I went down a little. I was watching the House of Prayer. Sharon, I really like that lady. She has got a really nice, soothing, calming voice. I play the prayers that she does for Mom too. And she was like playing that. Today she made mention of the trumpet. Miss Sharon was talking about the trumpet. And I don't know a lot about the Bible. I'm starting to get into it more and more. I mean, I know, and I started to read it a time or two. I just am not much of a reader. But the Bible is like one of those, like it's one of those books that every time you read it, kind of get a different interpretation based on where you are in your heart space. It's like a puzzle like that. It's Jesse Thursday. I'm excited to hang out in Jesse's chat and go down that anthole more. So Miss Sharon, where is it? House of the prophecy of the last trumpet. Everything will change. Well, I got a funny story about a trumpet. So I always wanted to learn how to play the trumpet when I was a little kid, but I never did. And the kicker thing about that is I've had one for the last 24 years. And this has even been serviced. It got serviced. I wonder if I have the receipt in here. Yep, still it is. It's right here. Marge, Bellevue. The Horn Works. South 72nd, Ralston. See, my friend Max P, serviced it for me. And Max was, or is, well, he was, Max still is, but he was a trumpeter for the United States Air Force Band for like 20-something years. I always liked music, and I was never really a band kid. I know how to do it. It's real, but I'm left-handed too, so it's awkward. So it's, and then I think backwards, so if somebody's trying to teach me, I'm trying to, like, switch it in my head and stuff like that, so I don't know. I know what I'm doing. I know at least how to blow. Horns. I don't blow. And I don't suck. Any kind of none of that stuff. So glad people are getting away from that devious, nasty, sexual, freaking dirty sex magic stuff, man. That stuff will get you in trouble. That stuff gets you dis-ease, makes you burns, it makes you burn on fire, stuff like that. It's bad juju, that nasty, nasty sex magic. So I'm done. So the trumpet blows, so maybe now God will come and hang out. Because the Heoka blew the trumpet. It's got a nice little case and everything. The guy that he loaned it to me, his name's Troy. I knew him years ago from Reading, and I sent him a message and let him know that I would like to give this trumpet back to him one day, because he borrowed it to me and I've had it 24 years, and I don't like keeping things that don't belong to me. So he's down there in the Bay Area, San Francisco. So I took real good care of it. It was even serviced by a man that traveled all around, got to see the whole entire world just playing his music. How cool is that, man? That's pretty freaking cool to me, isn't it? I've had a freaking wonderful, glorious life, man. I have 46 years, 42 years, 46 years now. I kid. I have 46 years of stories, and I'm ready to tell some more, to make some more life experience and tell some more, I love stories. I always like stories because I never understood why people spent so much effort and freaking money and energy into make believe, when freaking so many stories are just so wonderful. Real life is just so wonderful and miraculous, the way God works in people's lives every day. I used to be one of those that I never wanted to give God credit much, and now it's like I'm God praise this God. I blessed a man at God blessed a man at freaking and like blew him kisses because I wanted to flip him. I wanted to chew him out so bad because I was putting my water jug in the big red truck with my door open, and he pulled. I hate when people pull their cars at you. Just wait a minute. I'm a pedestrian. That's a freaking 3-ton vehicle you were directing at me right now. It's just. And so I'm like, hey, dude, I'm right here, man. You want to not point your vehicle at me? Because he's pulling right in at me. And he's swinging tight, and it's a big old minivan. Big old fat dude. He gave up on life long ago. Long ago. Just doesn't care about his own life, so doesn't care about anybody else's life. So I'm not going to wait to. And the thing of it is there was another spot right next to him that he could have taken that one. There's nobody on the other side, It's just like, but people like to, and I'm like, you couldn't wait 2 seconds, huh, man? So he blows me a kiss. So I blow him kisses. I didn't let the devil win. I didn't let my anger win today. But it's that shit, man. It's that shit that when fucking slime bag, fucking scumbag, puke bags, and I'm handicapped too. I'm handy capable. I got my tags on my truck for being a disabled veteran, Saves me on registration and whatnot, but I don't get no sticker. I don't get no special peripheral treatment for nothing. I never fit into the demographic. So anyway, DT did some good shit today. President Trump did some good stuff today. He got some Native American artifacts back from Finland. That was really cool. Yeah, I just like to see things, come back home where they belong, Because all these museums around the world are all full of shit that is just, has been pilfered and stolen from other people. That's all what a museum is we like your shit, so we're going to take your shit and we're going to put it in our building, and then we're going to charge you to look at your own shit that we took from you. Yeah. Isn't it wonderful all the remarkable truths that are coming out? That little frickin', I don't even know who that kid is, but it's just another Disney kid caught with frickin' child porn. Because they don't know that they don't know. Because their frickin' psychological, their personalities are splintered from all their abuse and all of their, I can do what I want. I went down a pretty peculiar rabbit hole today. I said rabbit, I didn't mean to. Ant hole! I went down a pretty peculiar ant hole today. Because I was looking up Billy Goat Gates. Billy Goat Gates. Billy Goat Gates. See, if you make fun with words, algorithms can't pick it up. So if you just like, you know, we're all connected, where we go when we go all, or just like mess with inflection or something like that. That's why I always freaking jack up words and spelling and stuff like that. It's like, track that, biash, bishes, track that, bishes. I ain't doing it. I didn't say it. I just said something like it. I ain't in trouble. I didn't do that. You can't pin me. Look, I fixed them. If you can't duck it, it's holding okay. So I was looking at just the Wikipedia of like Billy Gates and the whole Billy Goat Gates and micro squirfed, whatever. You know. Look at their search, the logo for their search in for Bing, because it's not Google. That's what they call. That's why it's called Bing, because it's not Google. If you don't fucking think programmers and computer freaking techies aren't freaking, they think they're clever and they're really not. Anyway, look at the B. If you lead the lines, look what the symbol it makes. I'll give you a hint. You'll find it on the FBI freaking roster. So I was reading his Wikipedia, and I was like, man, this was in 1971. See, because when you learn about people when they were really young, I saw what they were trying to do to DT about that woman that stepped forward and said, he shoved his tongue down my throat. And yeah, right behind this wall, and I was on a trip with my boyfriend. And I'm like, bitch, I know you. I don't know her, but I know women that are all just like her. I know you. And you know what? And you know what's funny? She's like, I hung out with him, and then I was so offended, but then she continued to hang out with him and then have her picture taken with all these celebrities, even though he kept putting out his advances, you know, but she kept hanging out. And you know what her excuse was? I was from Florida, and in the city for a few days, and I didn't have anything else to do. You ask for it. That's what you get. That's what I mean. Not like the. But I'm sure that you're given signals. I'm sure that he did not just freaking plant one on you with. I'm sure of it, because I know bitches like you. I know, and you guys, you're not happy where your life is. So let's see if we can steal some shit up from, you know, and dredge stuff up from the past. He don't act like that no more. That's the thing. Is he don't act like that no more. And the thing about Billy Goat Gates. Let's just check him out. Because I was looking at fraternities. I went to Greece for Operation Iraqi bullshit, and I had an old retired colonel, full bird, give me a book on Greece. I've put it in other videos. It's really cool. It's a cool, I should run it and get that too. See, cool people give me good shit, or good loot, because good things attracted good people. And when I was going to Greece, he's like, I think you should have this. And so I've been studying Greek mythology for, since then, 2003. So, in astrology, and it all lines up. The planets are just representations of gods and mythological gods, and then we have these representations of these energies, each one within ourselves. So we're fighting with our fathers, our mothers, our ancestors, and depending what your bloodline is, it's pretty freaking activated right now. Because mine is Native American. Well, we are all native to Earth, and we're just all earthly well, some are more earthly beings than others. Some are more literally people. We're just breeds, and we're all derivatives of like animals and stuff, more so than they ever let on. Because you got your lizard blood, your blue bloods, the blue bloods. It's all real, folks. So fraternities. Because it's all robes, and if you watch all the movies, Revenge of the Nerds, all that stuff, it's all seances and robes and drinking shit and freaking hazing and and abusing people and stuff like that. And it's like, so if you know the people that believe that in a little, so there's really going to be those that really believe in it a lot, right? So, and it's all a club, and they're all bound by secrecy and honor and loyalty, and basically it's blackmail. It's more there. See the Epstein and the freaking Maxine, the Maxwell, whatever her name is. That's the tip of the iceberg, folks. Listen to Jesse's show on the tonight, and she's going to talk more about the tunnels, the big huge tunnels, And notice Elon Muskrat. If it looks like a muskrat, if it looks like a, did you see his tweet the other day? Hug a tunnel, something about love and tunnels. I talked about it the other day, and it gave me the creeps. I took a pic. I deleted the picture out of my album. It gave me the ooba-jooas. Maybe it's still in there. Oh, I sent it. Okay, I know where I can find it. Anyway, where did I joined Twitter the other day, so that's kind of nice to be able to. That's a different, because I hated it because I was so in my ego 4 years ago. I was just a demon. I did not. I thought I had God in my life, and he was strong and stuff, but I was still taking my will. And when I don't let God drive the boat all the way, then have you hugged a tunnel today? That's what he said. Have you hugged a tunnel today? And so come over and check out Jesse. I'll be in the chat room hanging out. So micro sauce. It's funny because I worked at all these big, huge companies, and it's always upgrade training. They always send you to places like New Horizons to, listen to other tech people tell their account on how things are done. But the fact of the reality is there's no, it's like the human spirit. There's no too technological experience. It's just not. Even when I worked in on where there's where there's a line group where they all had the same computer, you'd still look at it and everybody was still having a different experience, So when you're talking to them, you gotta derive the information in their trouble from the experience they're having, and you don't know. But it's a lot easier now because there's remote tools and shit like that. But back, when I first started, there wasn't. I remember this one dude, I talked him through a password reset. It took 45 minutes, but I didn't care because he had a stroke. And at the end, he was so grateful. He never had somebody spend that much time with him because he had it and I was like, dude, that's all I'm here for, man. Just as long as it takes to help people feel better about stuff. I'm support. Every job I've ever had has been a supportive role, from being a busser to an age ranger, flight line support off Air Force Base, and then I worked all these. So anyway, Billy Goat Gates. So Microsoft is in Aries. It was founded on April 4th, 1975, in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Hey, squirrel, of all places. And I looked up Paul Allen because that was his partner, and he died. He died in 1988, and I remember because I didn't know anything, because I don't care about big business and stuff, but since I'm investigative, esoteric Sherlock Holmes, I gotta look at people I don't like to, and that's the guy that owned freaking like the Trailblazers. And I hate pro sports, So rest in peace, homeboy. So anyway, if you look at Microsoft, I was looking at the history of Bill Gates, because I'm Billy Goat Gates, because I'm one of those that believe that people they tell you who they are at a very young age, and then they either grow more in their ego or more in their spirit. So Billy Goat Gates, he was born. He's a Libra. No, I'm sorry. He's Scorpio. Oh shit, he's Scorpio. And the thing of it is, if you look at his history. He was born and raised in Seattle. In 1971, this is what was like the thing that was like, well, I gotta, that tells me something right there, because we get little Easter eggs about people. Where is it? During the 1990, early life. There it is. His ancestry includes English, German, Irish, and Scottish. There's squirrel. See squirrel going up the tree? He's going to hop across the fence in a second. His father was a lawyer. His mother was the board of directors for First Interstate Bank Systems and the United Way of America. Didn't see this part earlier. He was a watcher. He observed his parents and wanted to be a lawyer. He regularly attended the Church of Congregational Christian Churches. Wonder if he's still a member. I'm going to have to look at that church later and see what they're putting in their cup for, you know. The family encouraged competition. One visitor reported it didn't matter whether it was hearts or pickleball or swimming to the dock. There is always a reward for winning, and there is always a penalty for losing. I wonder if they hunt people too. He was enrolled in a private school at 13. See, this is the part I didn't see all this earlier. I want to focus more on. At 17, he formed. See, I wonder what I could have done given all these freaking privileges. But see, I thought I was a white girl, but I was a brown girl. And I didn't even know that racism was. I'm like, no, racism isn't real. But people have been freaking, racism, sexism. No, people don't act like that, because I never acted like that. I never judged people and hated people, because I only didn't like them if they were a dick. That's the only thing that counted me, if they were nice or if they were an asshole. I didn't give a shit what they did. I didn't freaking care about all that shit. So it's just weird. Gates remained in contact with Paul and joined in the Honeywell during the summer of 1974. Well, where's the part that I read earlier? There's a part that said in 1971 with his friend, they would go to the university and hang out, but they got in trouble for what they were doing on the computers. And then that makes me mad. I wish I would have got a screenshot of that. I'll trafo data to make traffic counters. He scored it. I never took the ASVAB or SAT. I took ASVAB. I never took the SAT. I don't know what I would have scored. Probably not very well. I hate tests because I see things from a lot of different perspectives, so I can rationalize a lot of answers that people are like, that ain't right. He devised the algorithm for pancake sorting. I'll read all that shit later. I'm really Microsoft. Maybe that's it. Maybe it was under there. No, because it happened in 1971. I wonder what things would be if I had a desktop and a mouse and could really jam on things. Here it is. One of these systems was this. Here it is. I found it. He wrote his first computer program on the machine and allowed an implementation of tic-tac-toe. Yeah, I saw freaking war games when I was a kid too. That's what worries me about all this AI shit and this letting all these computer. Go watch Runaway too. Tom Selleck, 1984. I saw it when I was 10. Yeah. It's still prevalent. Gene Simmons, I bet he's still a devil worshiper too. Gates was fascinated by the machine and how it would always execute software code perfectly. After the Mother's Club donation was exhausted, Gates and the other students sought time on systems including DEC P microcomputers, mini computers. One of these systems was belonging to the Computer Center Corporation, which banned him for the summer. They banned him, Paul Allen, and their buddy Rick, his best friend, after they caught him exploiting bugs in the operation to a free-playing computer time. Because that's, people that don't follow rules have no business making them up. So, it's just really interesting how where there's not any regulations, how self-will is run riot and everything's become a club. And, well, this is the world we get in this club. And now are they really talking like freaking I mean, are they really trying to make 1984 happen? Like, did they watch too much movies and shit when they were a kid like me, but then they got in a position of power where they think they're gonna make this shit happen? Because that ain't gonna fly, man. Because, yeah, there's a lot of rich people, but there's a lot of people that believe in freedom and spirit and God, and all that control stuff is Satan stuff. It's all Luciferian shit. And we're trying to create a world where, you know, we could have heaven on earth for everyone. Because we know what it's like for hell on earth for everyone. We've been living it. Everybody been living it. 2020, the year of clear vision, y'all. Where people are seeing everybody for who they are and how they are. And, you know, if they, you know, like Santa Claus, you've been naughty or nice. Santa ain't real. That's just another bullshit freaking racket that people told you to do to act how they want you to. If you're good, you'll get a present. If you're good, we'll go to McDonald's and you can have a treat. And how many people now today eat things if they feel bad? Because if they eat that, then you're good. You know, people are coming into themselves, man. It's beautiful. I get confused about like different sides of stories, you know, like trans. I try not to get too caught up in outside anything related to personal, you know, stuff like that. I just look at us all as like a disco ball, and we're all a little mirror on that disco ball, and how we reflect our experience in life. Well, we're going to get that back. And I got a lot of hell the last few years, but I was a little demon. I had my part in every situation. All the situations, I did not come from a place of love, because I came from a place of fear, because I'm used to being a little bulldozer, because, you know, and I was, you know, it's like your pushback has to be better. Your pushback has always got to be better, you know. I always been the smallest, the slowest, the freaking, you know, shortest. I was pretty strong in a lot of areas, and I had a lot of different abilities that a lot of people didn't have, and I could do a lot of things that a lot of people couldn't do just because I would try. Like my lighter trick. Do I have a lighter on me? Got the ability to telekinesis. I do this to like for people. It's good at parties. I get it from my mom. She can do it too. I know it looks like bull, but if I could do it, if I could prove it, I'll meet you guys one day and I'll prove it. It's the fluid inside. I'm trying to get it to not. Okay, I'm gonna let go. There it goes. Ah! Boom! If we ever meet, I'll do it in real life. It's true, it's real, it's legit. I do it to people and they're like, alright. I just don't even know what to think, man. I'm like, try it. You want to try it? And they're like, no. I did it to one girl, and I think she thought, like, I was going to light her. She went, ah! Like, she got terrified. I'm like, are you, whoa. You alright? That might have happened, dude. I mean, you know, and that's why I don't ever, like, make fun of people, because you don't know what people's trauma they have seen in life. I used to sit next to a girl in English class. She read a story for her English class, and she told the account about how she was adopted and ended up on the West Coast because she came from the East Coast. And her parents were one of those that, like, took her little brother and, like, dismembered him and put him out in the trash. And it was she doesn't even remember how many siblings she had. She just remembered they all got split up. That happened in the East Coast back in the 70s, and these stories happen to so many people. So you don't know what sensitivities people have had, because everybody's being triggered right now, because everybody's being reminded, because their DNA is waking up, you know. And so and if you haven't dealt with your hurts, and if you haven't dealt with the wreckage of your past, now is the time to do it, because it will take you down. It will give you demons, and there it goes. And it will take you down. So don't let it take you down now. Raise in love vibration towards God, you know. You know, I haven't been in fear all day today. My freaking adrenal glands don't hurt. That's 2 days in a row. I can't even tell you. I'm stoked with one yesterday. when the burden of fear was released from me. I'm just taking every second, every one moment at a time, every chance I get for now, just one moment at a time. Because when I get fearful, that's when I get spiteful, that's when I get aggressive, and that's when I can get mean. And then that's when I'm making my own freaking bed. I'm making my own bed, just being a jerk. And I don't want to be bad to people, man. I want to be good to people. I feel so much better about myself when I'm making people happy. Like even driving to the water, because driving to get water, I got a natural scowl on my face. And the 1776 commission was created today. That's pretty cool. I think there's good stuff going to be coming from that. I'm going to keep my eye on that. We're the news now, folks. We're the news. And my train of thought just derailed. Oops. Who's in the talking room? Good evening, Fragine. Hydration station. Yeah. Can't even kill an ant. I know, I can't kill... Well, I didn't kill the snake today. I just threw him off into the woods when I saw him. Ooh, I think I just killed a bug, but that was an accident. I just started really reading. I would love to learn how to play Louie. Right on, Martin. That's rad. You know, that's the thing that has been the greatest blessing to me when I was talking to Mom earlier. And that is because I didn't have a close relationship with my parents, my father, nor my mother, that I didn't know how to love the differential feminine and masculine aspects in myself. So I just hated everything about me for a long time. Well, I didn't really hate everything, but I was just like, man, I wish I wasn't gay. I wish I just would be like everybody else so I could be happy like everybody else. But you got to be all these ways, Marge, that are just different than everybody. And so what I started to do, I was like, well, I can't help who I am. So I really just started living who I was. And when I did that, I got good with the masculine and the feminine aspects. Because it was like, okay, I'm a girl, I gotta live with it, all that stuff too. But I didn't have respect for women because I always thought they were weak because of all the abuse that I saw men do to them. But it wasn't them, it was the men that were weak. But when you get older and you figure this shit out, you start seeing things better in a different kind of way. And then so when I started healing, when I got to when my life pretty much halted when I moved here and I became Mom's caregiver, that I got to start loving her, and that healed the love that I had for the feminine aspect in me, because one day, God willing, I don't know if I'm going to get to live, because the life is she's going to be 70 this year, God willing, I'm going to live to be as old as she is, We did feet today, we washed feet today, got her, and because we've been eating vitamins, her toenails are coming in healthy, and stuff. It's just like, man, praise God, man. Praise God. It's just, foot prayers. Just do the next right thing and then things start opening up for you. It's what I was always taught. So once I started taking care of her, I started taking care of me, and then, seeing, thinking about her because when I'm 40, I'll be 47 this year. But when I went into the Air Force, it was on her 50th birthday. So it was like around the same time, same age. But my face looks like her now. When I was a little girl, I could never see her face. I could only see my dad's face in my face. I'm like, are you sure I came from you? But when I started loving her, then now all I see is her face. And so when I do videos and stuff, she's like, you have such a pretty smile. Like, Mom, it's your smile. I just get to borrow it for a little while, Ma. It's your smile, though. You loaned it to me for a little bit. And so when I go out in the world and I look mad, I got to remind myself all the time, Marge, are you happy, Marge? Yeah, I'm happy. Why don't you tell your face and let other people know that you're happy? And I just see so many people in the world that they're just not happy. They're just not happy. Just basic. Just basic. But I'm getting happy. I'm happy. I am happy. I'm getting happier. I always been fearful. One of those. Don't be careful not to get too happy, Marge. Careful not to get too happy, because you get too happy, it's going to get taken away. Something bad's going to happen. But I got to break that old programming that you got to keep happy for when the hard times and the trials and tribulations in lives come up. See? It's like an emotional bank, you know? And look at things with happy, just they were doing a interview with the man last, just come in light in every way. Come in light and love in every way. Light and love in every way. And that ain't easy for people like me with rage and anger and frustrations and, you know, like I typed a man a letter today about a place, and I hate typing. I just, ugh. If I had like an actual keyboard, but like, because I do typos and stuff, and it's like, you know, I was thinking about that today. I'm like, Virgos they got all day to backspace, you know, and I got stuff to do. So and like on these, it's like, with that stupid autocorrect, I swear autocorrect is designed to make people look stupid, because I'll type in words, it's not, I don't want your word suggestion ever. And that's the thing about AI and predictive. That stuff, I hate it, because it's like, you're never going to get in my head. You're never going to know what I'm going to say next. So don't even try. And to freaking, for the whole idea of, this is freaking a movie. It's putting the chip in and all that. They're all based on movies, and they're trying to make this shit happen in real life. They're trying to get you to watch the show and go, that's cool, and then they want to roll it out in real life. Don't let them put freaking electronics in you. Go watch Runaway. This is like stuff from 1980, the year 1984, and then the book is based on, you know, all this shit, you know, Mark and the Beast, all this stuff, you know, this is all real. And they're like, that's not true, that's not true, but they've created a society that it's run on that, and I can never eat oatmeal again. Ever. And I just bought some too. I'm not even opening it. I'm going to give it to the squirrels. Is that bad for squirrels? Squirrels eat oatmeal? They're just rolled oats, but I can't eat them. No, I can't give it to the squirrel if it. I used to love oatmeal. I can't eat oatmeal. All that dusty stuff at the bottom. I'm just going to leave it right there. I'll let you go listen to Jesse Zabora's talk. You know? And that's the thing about food. You got to eat what's right for you. I always sometimes I listen to Marge astrology when I'm getting up and around and stuff. And it was raining out there because they were getting remnants of Sally. I was like, oh God, it hasn't rained here in didn't it used to rain in Oregon all the time? It hasn't rained in Oregon in like over a month. It was like, where's all the, you know? It's like, it's all a racket. It's all a racket. It's all a racket. So what else? I should be getting going, checking in on Mom. So I've been going for about 37 minutes now. Yep, 37:53. So, hi Coconut. I'm reading the chat backwards. So yeah, I was reminded by Ahmad that we're all Earthlings first. Yeah. And I said that, and then it would like, I hit enter, and it said, sorry, your chat disconnected. I was like, oh, I'll have to say so in the video next time. I had a really weird lucid dream last night. I don't think I'm going to tell about that now, though. I'm going to skip that. I'm getting a... Nah, you don't need to tell that, Marge. Yeah, the chain is a big deal. The chain of control and slavery and stuff like that. When I went to New Orleans back in 2010, we were up in Hammond, and we were on our way to a meeting, and they're like, look, there's still 2 parks. And I was like, what? And they're like, look, there's the white park and the black park. I was like, it's 2010. And they're like, yeah, they just don't talk about it. They're just like, there's all these storylines that people just don't talk about. The Lucy Fairy storyline, the Jesuit, the dark side of all of it. The dark side of the Jesuits, the dark side. In all the good stuff, there's bad stuff. In everything. In us.
So there's just, it's who knows the secret handshakes and who's willing to freaking do the dirty deeds to serve the demons, and if you're dastardly enough, you'll be invited into the most prestigious, glorious executive Disney clubs, suites, all that, But all you got to do is freaking dastardly, evil, wicked things, and look at all the people that do it. And then they have kids, and they live these lives where they just don't even. It's just they don't even act like they're evil. This is a good song. In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins. So that's about all I got for now. Hope you have a right evening. Peace. Hey, hopefully I'll see you in the chat at Jesse's talk. It's on. I'll tell you the tube name. Dark Outpost, 9/17/2020. Huge tunnel updates. Dave Zublick's channel. So hopefully I'll see you over there in the chat. Hope you have a good evening. Peace.